what is fascinating about Corona, Queens, New York? Are you ready to discover the secrets in this neighborhood? I am Dr. Carmen Jimenez, co-founder of ProtectTheAngels.org, born in Puerto Rico of Dominican and Afro-Puerto Rican ancestry. I was raised in Corona, and this is Corona After Dark. Growing up in Corona, my mother introduced me to dance and movement during my childhood. Indeed, flamenco and ballet shaped who I am today. The benefits of dance, among many, include better brain health, flexibility, weight loss, increased self-esteem, and improved stress management. 2023. The Queensboro Dance Festival celebrates its 10th year anniversary. Presenting free and outdoor performances, I had the opportunity to see flamenco dancer, teacher, and choreographer Aurora Reyes. Based in Queens, New York, Aurora is the co-director of the New York-based flamenco dance company, Flamenco Latino. Flamenco Latino combines flamenco dance with Latin salsa rhythms. Flamenco Latino indeed was a crowd-pleasing performance in Corona. See for yourself.
All right. Hold my seat.
Aurora Reyes has been dancing for 40 years, and she walks me through her unique experience as a dancer, teacher, and choreographer. How is this neighborhood embracing flamenco?
I say it's getting better, but it's still a struggle. You know, Queens has that it has so much, but if you are interested in flamenco per se, it's still a thing where, you know, you're Googling flamenco, where can you take a flamenco class, and the opportunities to see flamenco are not as great as I would like to see. I'd like to see more people offering, you know, flamenco on their stages. Right now, Terraza Siete does, you know, have a flamenco night, but as well as all the other Hispanic music and dance that's going on. So they're doing a great job. Queensboro Dance Festival is doing a great job in terms of exposing Queens residents to all kinds of ethnic and modern and jazz and tap and every kind of dance form you can think of. But we need more spaces. There's Addictive Tapas, which occasionally offers a flamenco show, but that kind of construct is hard to maintain. You know, there's very few restaurants that maintain that. What used to be here was the Maison Asturias, right on 83rd Street, and we used to work flamenco Latino. Basilio and I used to work there for years and years, but they closed in about 2011, I think it was. So that's another little flamenco joint that was going on since the 70s. Estrella Moreno performed there. Everybody. Paco Montes, I don't know if you are aware of him, but everybody who was anybody performed there at the Maison Asturias, and now it's another place that's gone. So, you know, that's my job, is to expose people to flamenco in all the sites that you can find it, and also find more places, you know, that Flamenco Latino can perform at and that other flamencos can perform at as well.
Now, if someone is interested in flamenco, what are your suggestions?
Google will come up probably last, but you know, there's places in the city. Yeah, you have to do your research. Flamenco doesn't come to you unless it comes through the Queensboro Dance Festival and just happens to be in your neighborhood. You have to search for it, and you have to search for your teacher. You know, I might not be the one to teach for you, but there's people in Manhattan, there's people in Queens, there's people in Brooklyn, there's people in the Bronx. They're all very good teachers, and you just got to find what works for you.
Now, out of all of your performances, which one stands out?
Oh my God. I think working in Carnegie Hall with Jose Molina, that was an experience. I think we were there maybe in May of 1985 or something like that. Other ones, I don't know. I mean, you know, they're all important, and they're all set their own set of circumstances, and you're at a time of your life when craziness is happening and you're just getting to the gig and you're just doing it to the best of your ability. But also we've been doing a lot of work, actually, and I forgot to mention, at JCal, and they do a lot of good work. So our last performance at JCal was 2022, and that was in the summertime. We tend to do it, so we did it for 3 years in a row, and there we're always doing something new and introducing our audiences and trying to call or make a bridge to the audiences. So JCal is in Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning, and they also have Jamaica Performing Arts Center. So there we're trying to attract the people that are already there in Jamaica, like Caribbean folk, Black Americans, Indians, South Asian community, and whoever else is there, but trying to build a bridge. So what we do in terms of Flamenco Latinos, we did some grant work and kind of proposed this idea to use the young folks of Jamaica and southern Jamaican towns. So we did a collaboration with the Kingdom Dance Company, who's from Rosedale, which is south of Jamaica, and the young people of southern Jamaica. And we did a flamenco hip hop fusion. So the Kingdom does hip hop mostly, but they do all kinds of, I don't even know the terminology, popping, blah, 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 blah. I got no idea. I'm an oldster. Thank you, Boomer, or whatever it is. Okay, Boomer. But I was interested in using, the movement, and she's brilliant. Queen Tut is her stage name, and she helped me organize this dance, and we debuted it last year, 2022, at JCal. And so that's what we're always trying to do with Flamenco Latino, is kind of see where we can meld and fuse different dance styles with flamenco. The original conception was flamenco with salsa, or flamenco with Cuban music and dance, because that was the first attraction for both of us, Basilio and I. And then later it's flamenco with theater productions. We worked as colleagues with Flamenco Vivo, Carlota Santana, who always does theatrical productions. Basilio wrote music for one of the productions that was taken from the novel For Whom the Bell Tolls. We couldn't name it that because the copyright of the book. So I think we called it Guerra, Campanas y Amor, or something like that. So that was back in 1987. Years and years of just work and making it work, right? And then later on, we did flamenco with tap, and we worked with the Thalia Theater in Queens. Now there's another place that I forgot to mention. So Thalia Theater for years and years and years has presented flamenco and other styles of dance. So they are good friends and colleagues. But we want more. Yes. We always want more. So anyway, those are some of the memorable performances. Amor, what was it called? I think it was called Amor Latino, was the production that we did in connection with the Thalia. And that was a kind of a love story, Romeo and Juliet story. Again, Basilio wrote all the music, I choreographed, and it brought together a lot of forces. Tap dancers, bomba y plena, flamenco that I knew, the salsa that I knew. So we tried to put that all together. That was a tall order. It was 2008. That was when that was created. So we just keep working, and we keep trying to work and do what we do.
As you keep working, what are you noticing about yourself as a performer?
As I mentioned before, I'm higher and higher maintenance. I have to really work on my body to just stand up and not be so bruised, because flamenco is hard on your body, hard on your skeletal system, hard on the joints. So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on communication skills, bringing what we do to a wider audience. So you have to kind of constantly be talking about what you're doing and communicating that to audiences, looking for new audiences, looking at communities, seeing how I can fit in or how I might serve them, seeing what the similarities and differences are. I worked actually with South Asian community, giving classes, but I find that the South Asian community in Flushing that I work with at the South Asian Council for Social Services, they just love flamenco, and I work with seniors, and they're just like, so I'm telling them history, and of course the theory about where the gypsies come from.
Yes.
Well, northern India, so that interests them very much. And of course then so my last class was a dual class with somebody I met from the Queensboro Dance Festival who does Kathak and Kuchipudi. Her name is Neela Zareen, and she has a studio right here in Jackson Heights. And so I did a double class, and we just started, because Neela asked me about ways to collaborate. You know, she asked me specifically when she met me, and so I said, well, here's a way. Right? Do a class with me, and we'll just kind of, you know, figure out what's similar about the movement and the style of dancing, obviously the rhythmic stuff that's going on, and also the hand gestures and the arm. You know, what does that mean in terms of each dance style? And so we had a lovely class, and then a lovely Indian lunch afterwards. So, you know,
Good for you.
good job. So that's, you know, that's what the job is finding these links and connectings.
Is flamenco here to stay?
Oh yeah, it's not going away.
Where do you see it 10 years from now?
Oh my God, I as I said, I hope there's more stages, you know, more places we can perform. Right here in Queens, what is there? What stages are there now? Yeah, there's the Queens Theater, the Thalia Theater, Terasa. But I want more. So let's see where it's going to go in 10 years. With all my good work and the work of my colleagues, where are we going to take it? I don't know yet, but I'm going to keep working on it.
This is quite fascinating that flamenco is a cultural experience where you are dancing with a purpose.
Yeah.
And that each gesture tells a story, and that you're communicating when words are not enough.
Right. Well, it's not, you know, why do dancers dance? Because they're not good verbal communicators, or at least that was my feeling. I could not express, you know, I would get upset with myself if I got angry because I just start crying, and then you can't do nothing, right? So if you challenge all that energy and just let it come up like a volcano in your movement, there you go. You know, you have a path forward. So yeah, I would disagree with you in one sense that Indian movement gestures tell a story. They're made to tell a story. Flamenco hand gestures and arm are not really telling a story. They're expressing a mood that the singer is talking about. You can tell a narrative in a theatrical situation, or a mini narrative in how you respond to that singing, right? But the singing is just creating a mood, creating a feeling, setting the stage, right? And so we're not actually telling a story in that sense, unless it's a drama, right? And we're using flamenco to tell that story. But anyway.
Now, if someone would like to reach out to you, how can they reach out to you and see your performances?
Go to flamencolatino.com.
Okay.
So that's one word. And how else? You know, I could pass out my card. I don't know what else to do in this situation, but we'll have maybe the website, or
Well, we will post it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for your time, and I can't
Welcome.
wait to see your next performance.
Thank you. I can't wait either.
Okay.
Lovely to talk with you.
Thank you.
Flamenco is a combination of music, song, and dance. It is practiced around the world. In Israel, we caught a glimpse of a flamenco performance in Jerusalem. You will see the influence of Gypsy, Arab, Christian, and Jewish culture in this beautiful art form.
volveré, 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 volveré.